Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Meanwhile, potent methane gas, once frozen beneath the Earth, has become a ticking time bomb due to rising temperatures in the Arctic and is now set to trigger runaway climate change.
Mientras tanto, el potente gas metano, que estuvo una vez congelado debajo de la Tierra, se ha vuelto una bomba de tiempo debido a las temperaturas que aumentan en el Ártico y ahora se ha desencadenado una reacción descontrolada de cambio climático.
We are living the worst case scenario and the scientists are crying out for us to hit the emergency brake now and hard.
Estamos viviendo el peor caso de escenario y los científicos están suplicantes para que nosotros le pongamos un freno definitivo ahora y sea definitivo.
Thawing of the Permafrost. Countdown to a Climate Catastrophe, Part 1 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Vegan. Fight against the negative force.
Ven har den dag, loving viewers. That means how are you in Danish, the official language of Denmark. I'm Oliver. The sincere people of Denmark thank you for choosing the noble vegan lifestyle to help save the lives of our innocent animal people co-inhabitants. Welcome to our show, Earth-loving viewers, as we take a journey to the northern regions of our lovely planet, a place covered with swaths of frozen layered ground known as permafrost. Permafrost is typically composed of rock, soil, sediments, and varying amounts of ice that bind the elements together. These layers remain frozen for 2 years or more. Permafrost covers are widespread in the Arctic regions of Siberia, Canada, Greenland, and Alaska. They play a vital role in stabilizing the planet's climate by functioning as a cover that seals in gas hydrates, which are crystalline solids containing huge amounts of carbon-based elements. The permafrost is at risk of rapid thawing that could release vast quantities of heat-trapping gases, unleashing a feedback loop that would then lead to an increasing rise in atmospheric temperatures. A study conducted by geologists in 2021 claimed that the surge of atmospheric methane concentrations was in potentially much higher amounts than expected. The study found that methane emissions are produced from 2 different sources, thawing wetlands and thawing limestone. Professor Nikolaus Pforzheim from the University of Bonn in Germany and 2 of his colleagues used satellite mapping to measure intense methane concentrations over 2 conspicuous elongated areas of limestone. The limestone coverage areas, located in the Taimyr Peninsula and some parts of northern Siberia, were several miles wide and up to 375 miles long. The study showed that as the rock formations warm, cracks and pockets open up, releasing trapped methane gas. The researchers' report, published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, states that gas hydrates in fractures and pockets of the carbonate rocks in the permafrost zone became unstable due to warming and may add unknown quantities of methane to the atmosphere in the near future. Professor Pforzheim expressed concern about the study's findings, claiming that this work may make the difference between catastrophe and apocalypse as the climate crisis worsens. It's worrying that the rapid melting of permafrost caused by high temperatures can lead to dramatic changes in the atmosphere. Climatologists have long viewed the thawing of the Arctic's permafrost as a ticking climate time bomb. Supreme Master Ching Hai has spoken on this topic many times, saying,
If the methane in the whole world under our feet is one day released, then we are gone.
Yes, that's right.
Because it's heating up now, and all this permafrost and whatever that protected the methane, hiding the methane gas before, could be all melted. And sooner maybe than we think. And then that's it, that will be sudden. It's already releasing some.
Yes, and the global temperatures will go up very high with that methane gas.
There will be very few survive or none. No matter how much we pray, how much I try to ask for blessing for the planet. If that happens, geographically, physically,
Yes.
then I will be also helpless.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
I will be also gone. We don't need to wait too long if that happens.
Yes. We pray that the world will be vegan so that we can avert that.
Yes. Yeah, that's why we're praying every day, 1 hour.
Vegan, because we don't want to cause pain.
We'll be right back after a prayer for a vegan world to help protect our beloved planet. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show, Thawing of the Permafrost, Countdown to a Climate Catastrophe. Temperatures across the Arctic regions are rising faster than the global average, leading to sea level rise and loss of land ice from glaciers. These dire consequences will impact the entire planet. The chain effect of Arctic climate change will be felt across the high latitudes and beyond, with disastrous global environmental, economic, and social implications. The thawing of permafrost at such an alarming rate is among the urgent areas of research for many scientists today. Another investigation echoes the anxiety about the tipping points of a warming world as atmospheric greenhouse gas emissions increase. Jennifer Morgan, the executive director of Greenpeace International, says, "Thawing permafrost is one of the tipping points for climate breakdown, and it's happening before our very eyes. This premature thawing is another clear signal that we must decarbonize our economies and immediately." The disintegration of permafrost is causing serious problems for communities in the Arctic region as the land destabilizes and erodes. This situation can potentially cause damaged roads and other infrastructure issues. Nordregio, a research center in Stockholm, uses permafrost maps combined with census data to identify how the thawing of permafrost affects communities and the day-to-day lives of people who live in the Arctic region. The center's work identified 1,162 settlements near permafrost and predicted that only 628 will remain by 2050. Nordregio's findings were published in the April 2021 edition of Science News. The scientists involved in the work said 4.94 million people lived in permafrost areas in 2017. That number could be 1.7 million by 2050, but not because of population loss. The projected 61.2% drop is entirely tied to thawing permafrost. According to Dr. Justine Ramage, a physical geographer at Nordregio, permafrost is a major issue for global climate. The release of carbon and methane, of course, has global impact, but permafrost thaw also has local impact on the population. By emphasizing the human dimension, Dr. Ramage hopes the project carried out by Nordregio will help raise awareness and spur communities to plan for change. She added, "The Arctic is warming up, and 2050 is tomorrow basically. It's within our generation." Linesia Jungsberg, a research fellow at Nordregio, highlighted the urgency of the situation, saying, "Permafrost thaw is a ticking bomb for the climate. The increase in permafrost thaw caused by global warming has the potential to release substantial amounts of sealed carbon dioxide and methane, which is a very powerful greenhouse gas. This in turn intensifies climate change. It's a vicious circle." Countless scientific reports have now concluded that the animal-people-livestock industry accounts for the majority of greenhouse gas emissions. This is because animal-people-livestock production has a huge carbon footprint associated with multiple land use impacts, an example being the 80% of the Amazon rainforest is currently being used for raising cattle people ranches alone. If we continue with the unsustainable diet of consuming meat and dairy products, millions of acres of carbon-absorbing forests will be destroyed for the sake of raising cattle people for human consumption. The melting of permafrost, fueled by global warming, is a warning sign that we need to rethink our dietary needs and lifestyle to put a stop to climate change. Supreme Master Ching Hai has often discussed the dangers caused by the melting of the permafrost and what we can all do to stop climate change.
Meanwhile, potent methane gas, once frozen beneath the earth, has become a ticking time bomb due to rising temperatures in the Arctic and is now set to trigger runaway climate change.
Mientras tanto, el potente gas metano que estuvo una vez congelado debajo de la Tierra se ha vuelto una bomba de tiempo debido a las temperaturas que aumentan en el Ártico y ahora se ha desencadenado una reacción descontrolada de cambio climático.
We are living the worst case scenario and the scientists are crying out for us to hit the emergency brake now and hard.
Estamos viviendo el peor caso de escenario y los científicos están suplicantes para que nosotros le pongamos un freno definitivo ahora y sea definitivo.
So it's the emergency brake that we need.
Así que este es el freno de emergencia que necesitamos.
And the place to start is the animal people livestock industry.
Y el lugar para empezar es en la industria animal.
Because the animal people livestock industry, animal people raising generates the largest human-made source of methane.
Porque la industria ganadera, la cría de animales, genera la causa más grande de emisiones de metano causada por el hombre.
It is also a very large source of black carbon or soot and accounts for at least 51% of all greenhouse gas emission that heat up our planet.
Y es la causa principal, la causa mayor de carbón negro o hollín y también genera la increíble cantidad de por lo menos el 51% de las emisiones de gases.
So if we stop the livestock animal people industry, then we will stop global warming. Fast and simple.
De modo que si detenemos la industria ganadera, detendremos el calentamiento global rápida y fácilmente.
To me, being vegan means that I try to live my life without imposing unnecessary harm or suffering upon others. Melinda Hedgedes, vegan.
Earth-loving viewers, thank you for your company today. We hope that these urgent messages to save our planet will spread far and wide. Please join us again on Friday for part 2 of Thawing of the Permafrost, Countdown to a Climate Catastrophe. Coming up next is Successful Refugees and Immigrants Leading the Way, part 20 of a multi-part series, Activist Singer-Songwriter MIA. May you and your loved ones join us in praying that a compassionate, loving vegan lifestyle will soon be established on our precious planet.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/PE.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/PE.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule e suprememastertv.com/PE.
Nossos programas oferecem vários idiomas. Acesse suprememastertv.com/schedule e suprememastertv.com/PE.